hadith, upon you is the obligation of following my sunnah and the sunnah of Khulafa al-Rashidin, addu alayha bin nawajid. He goes on and he says, and to hear and to obey, even if a leader is chosen from among you who is from the black Habashi slave who got a head like a raisin. Now you think about that now. Think about it at that time. The very last thing that the Arabs of that time was ever thinking about was that a Habashi slave somehow became their leader, and to make sure the Prophet ﷺ gave the description of him that he had a head like a raisin. That means that in their eyesight, he was not a handsome person. In their eyesight, he was dark, black, ashy, wrinkled up. The Arabs never in their thought of their minds, they never ever thought in their minds they would ever have to follow a man like that. So the Prophet ﷺ gave them the furthest, most remote example. MashaAllah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he produced a leader of the Muslims like that. His name was Bilal ibn Rabah. MashaAllah, he became the governor of Syria, of Damascus. His grave is there in Damascus today. And they called him Master Bilal. These are the whitest Arabs you're going to find. But they called him Master Bilal, Sayyidina Bilal, radiallahu anhu. How the Prophet ﷺ made this prediction. Do you think that some people from Sham ever thought in their minds they would be following a black man who would be the ulama, the sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ living with them? It happened. So the Prophet ﷺ gave us this example so that you and I, when we think about a person who we don't like, somebody who we don't want to follow, you know, the Arabs, they don't like the Pakistanis. And the Pakistanis, they don't like the Arabs. You know, and the Africans don't like nobody. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that, brothers. I could have switched it around. You know, I switch it around sometimes. No, the issue here, brothers and sisters, honestly, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it so that we have to hear and obey. Because it may be that someone who we don't like the way they look, we don't like where he came from. You know, he don't say ayn. He don't say wala dhalin. He ain't got the dad together. Well, why Allah choose him? That's what the Yahudi said. That's what the Bani Israel said about what is it, the king's name was Talut. So why he chose him? We better in stature, we stronger than him, we look better than him, we richer than him, why Allah choose him? Because that was the choice that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made. Our responsibility as Muslims is to prepare ourselves to hear and to obey. So when the iqamah is called inside the mosque, and we line up, the imam says, Astawu safu sufufukum wa tarasu i'tadilu. The imam is commanding you, telling you, line up, straighten the rows, shoulder to shoulder. The imam is telling you that, you got no choice about it. But that's only in the mosque. After the imam says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum, everybody's gone. If the imam says, sit down, people say, who are you? The khatib on Jum'ah, the khatib, you understand me, on Eid, you saw it. The imam on the Eid. You know, after the Eid is switched up. On Jum'ah we pray first. I mean, on the Jum'ah we talk first, and then we pray last. On the Eid, we do it just the reverse. We pray first, and after that we're supposed to talk. The Muslims, after the prayer's over, after the imam do all the takbirs and all that, finish, he get up to talk, Muslims breaking out. They starting to barbecue, the kids running all around, the brothers are talking, everybody got on new clothes, the sisters walking all around, and the imam, he talking, can't nobody hear him. Because the Muslims don't have no respect. If the khatib of the Muslims had respect, he would tell everybody, everyone sit down. And they would be sitting just like this, and he could deliver to those 4,000, those 5,000 people as he's supposed to, but he cannot. Because the people ain't hearing and they're not obeying.